Okay, so I'm going to do a quick tutorial for anyone out there that's got a cadet wall heater and they just want to get it cleaned up. If you've had these for a while, you'll realize that they collect soot really bad. So I'm going to clean this up. So this tutorial is basically just about how to take apart the heater, because you can take this thing all the way apart without breaking it. I just did it and I saved myself $100 by having to not buy another one, because all it was just the fan had a whole bunch of stuff on it, and I'm going to show you how to oil it too. So the bearings in there, so just hopefully my battery won't run out on my cell phone before I do it. So anyway, once you take it out of the wall, I'm assuming you already know how to do that. There's you just unscrew the wires in the wall. Turn the breaker off first. It's pretty simple. Now this thing here has a screw right here on the bottom. On the bottom, just above the thermostat, there's a little screw hole you'll see there. Just take that screw out. I've already done it. Looks just like this. Set it aside because you'll need it later. And then you just pop this thing off. This little part here, this little tab here, fits into this little slot right here. So you're just going to have to wedge it out. Anyway, when you get done, just be careful with the wires. You don't want to break any. Basically, you've got three parts in here. You've got the two parts, actually. You've got the fan and the coils. So I'm going to show you how to do it. The coils come out pretty easy, but you just want to be really careful with them because they're not built that strong. You just basically bend back out like this. Bend these apart. Pull this out. And these should come right out here. But like I said, you got to be really careful with them, because if they break, you're out of luck. You can't get another one. Not for the price. Not for your price. You might as well just take the whole thing and dump it. Anyway, that's number one. Take that apart. Now, on this fan assembly, right here, there's a little keeper. Okay, and this is a little bit of a trick to get out. I just used a flat tip screwdriver, and if you can see right there at the top, there's kind of like a little ridge around there, and all it is one piece about ½ inch wide. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, I just paused it for a minute, and I was trying to take this keeper off. So basically, it's a little tricky, but the way I did it is I just wedged the screwdriver in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's just right in there, and you can see there's a little keeper in there. So once I get that part off there, kind of just work on the other side. It should just slip off after a few tries. Might have to just wedge it around again and then just pull it off. This is what it looks like. It's just a little keeper about that thick. Put that over there with that. Now that you got that off, this piece here has two screws. Actually, this will lift right off once you have that keeper out of there. Trust me, it will. Then you have your fan assembly. Now, once I clear all this dust out of here, I am going to show you there are just two little nuts in there, and these are 5/16 nuts. For me, I just found it easier just to put a little ratchet on there, a little ratchet wrench thing, and you don't even need the ratchet wrench. Take them off; they're not torqued or anything. Unscrew those, set those aside. Pull that off, and voila! This whole assembly, which is your fan, comes right out, and you can see what I'm talking about right there with all the dust and everything. That's all going to get cleaned out of there. So let me pause this again. Okay, so I got most of that dust cleared off of here, and the only reason I did that is because I'm getting ready to end this tutorial, because this installation is the exact opposite of taking it apart. Just like they tell you when you're R&R on a transmission, just do it the opposite way, right? Just remember how you did it. And you can always rewind this video here. Anyway, what I'm getting ready to do here is just drop a little 3-in-1 oil in out here. Now this is the shaft, of course, that the fan spins on. And I don't know when they stopped doing this, but they used to, years ago when they sold these, I've been using these cadets for years, they used to have a little hole in here, and you could just drop the little 3-in-1 oil back there, and it would kind of slime, go down into the bearings. But on this one, they don't have it, so I'm going from the other side. All you do is just drop a little oil in there, a little oil in there, not too much. Kind of wipe off the excess. And what that's going to do is that's going to lube those bearings so that this thing will spin freer. You can work it around a little bit. Because I found on these cadets, sometimes when the heating coils get hot, the fans don't spin. And the reason the fan doesn't spin, sometimes I found this out, it's because the all the dust and everything is just bound up in there. It doesn't take much. And just want to lube it up a little bit. So that's good for that. Okay. Well, basically, I've got this whole thing apart. You don't have to mess with the wires or take anything apart. Hopefully, in the end, when you put this whole thing back together, you have one black wire, one red wire. Black goes to black, red goes to red. But in my case, it's white because our house is wired different. I don't know much about that, but simple stuff like this I can do. Anyway, all you want to do is just clean this whole thing out right in there. I don't know if you can see, there's dust in there. There's dust all over this case and in the coils and all that stuff. You want to clean all that out, and that's it. Have fun.